So today I'm going to be talking about Hatshepsut. As you can see here, we have two different pictures of her. We have this picture and this one, and yes, that is the same person. So first off, let's talk about her family. She had obviously two parents, her father and her mother. Her father liked to name his kids after himself, as we can see from her stepbrother, who is also her husband. Her mother isn't really important. Um, but yeah, and she married her stepbrother when she was 12, which is interesting. She had one daughter and a stepson, who was the third. And yeah, so during her rule, she was ruling in the 18th dynasty of the New Kingdom. She ruled from 1473 to 1458 BCE, so before the Common Era. During her reign, Egypt had the largest army in the world, which is quite impressive, seeing as there's also no wars during her reign, at least for the Egyptians. Um, she was the regent for her stepson, for 6 years before claiming the throne, because at the time he was supposed to be the pharaoh, but he was like a little baby still, so he couldn't really rule because he didn't really know how to speak or anything like that. She was considered by a lot of historians to be the first female pharaoh, which was very impressive. And when he was of age, she made her stepson the military leader, which was very. He did a lot of things in that role, which was also very good to prepare him for becoming the pharaoh one day. But after her reign, despite their like decently good relationship, after her reign, her stepson decided to erase any images or anything, any records of her from history, because we assume it was because he didn't want a female pharaoh to be, remembered. During her reign, there's a lot of amazing things that she did, including restore a trade with the kingdom of Punt, um, which hadn't been done in like 500 years, which was very impressive. She was very respected by the people for a few things. Um, and part of the reason why some people didn't like her is because though it was legal for a woman to be the monarch, it was very much frowned upon by a lot of people. One of the reasons why she was so respected was because of her buildings. So during her rule, a lot of people respected her by the fact that she made public infrastructure projects. She built a lot of things, including some of the largest obelisks, so like a big tower in Egypt measuring around 100 feet tall or 30.48 meters, which doesn't seem super big, but I'll later on talk about why it's very impressive. Many important buildings were built during her rule, including the mortuary temple at Del Air Bahir. I don't know if I'm saying that properly, and the Valley of Kings, along with the Red Chapel of Amun, which she claimed that she was the daughter of Amun. So, as time would go on, she would change her name to uh, Matkare, Mat being the word for truth, Ka for soul, and Re for the sun god, or Hatshepsut. I can't pronounce things, but that's like the masculine ending for her name. She also wore male clothing and a fake beard, which a lot of pharaohs did wear fake beards. But yeah, that was very interesting. Um, so she was seen a lot, as we see in the first picture, depicted as a man because of that. Though never in historical writing was she referred to as a man, but more as a woman who was depicted as a man. So we know that she was in fact a woman. Her mummy was missing its I don't know how to pronounce that word, but that thing from her tomb when it was found in the 1920s. And before that time, we didn't really know that much of her because obviously there's a lot of things that were, you know, like destroyed. So part of the reasons why pharaohs built things was because they believed that they could live forever after death if they were remembered. So, in a way of destroying everything that she had made, every kind of like every writing, every record of her, was a way to make her, not live forever, which is very sad, honestly. And the reason why the obelisks were so impressive is because most of them, if not all of them, were built from one singular stone. So the entire tower was just one stone. And CT scans were done in 2007 of the mummy, presumed to be Hatshepsut, showed that that she probably died from skin cancer from a face cream that she used. She was also found in a not royal like tomb, with two geese, and a maid, which was very interesting. So there's also a video here, which I will share to the teacher, and you guys can watch it because there's a funny little song there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah.